Hello, 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 my dudes and female dudes, and my dudes in between. That random geek here, back with episode 10. Yes, episode 10 of our hardcore Let's Play series. We are on day 568, and we got so much planned for today. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong things. I'm still clicking the wrong things. We have so much planned for the day. I cannot talk. Oh my gosh. We have so much planned for the day, and we really just need to get started. So I'm going to kind of give you all a bit of a rundown, and then we'll just get right into it. So we are actually going to be transforming a coastal area into a village, like a full-on village transformation. Well, not even transformation, a village creation. And I've never built a full village in Minecraft aside from, I guess, my starter base area, but I've never built a village area with the intention of it being a village. So this ought to be an interesting challenge. But first thing, before we do that, I want to do some enchanting. So as you can see, we have 51 levels, and that is because of the silverfish farm that I made in the last episode. So we are going to do some enchanting. That's just unbreaking. That sucks. Let's see. Unbreaking again. Power 4. We want to guarantee infinity. Nope. Let's try that. Aqua affinity. Gosh darn it, that's literally the same enchantment that I already have. We might not get anything. Aqua affinity or power 3. What the heck? Protection. Oh my gosh, that's even worse than what I had before. All right, let's try the bow again. Nope, maybe. Let's try this out. I mean, that's a little bit better than what I had before. I guess that'll work for now. And then unbreaking 3 and power 4. Not what I want. I already have that. Power 4 again. Can I just get a guarantee infinity? Please. I'm about to run out of levels. All those levels I got for nothing. Punch 2. It's our last chance. Oh, bro, what is this luck? Gosh darn it. This is not what I wanted. Alright, y'all, I apologize if you can hear the fan in the background. It is warm in Virginia, and our AC doesn't work very well. But we have our cleared out land, which means it is time to start gathering resources. And boy, oh boy, do we have a lot, and I mean a lot of materials to gather. So we definitely got to get a start on this sooner rather than later, so we can try to get as much of this build done as possible in the most efficient time. So let's start gathering some resources. Into the mines for tough we go. This section right here will do for now. And here all of our resource gathering has begun. Of course, we started off collecting a ton of tuff. And when I was collecting this tuff, I found a little iron vein, which is really nice. And of course, we had to break all those down into our various types of tuff blocks because I am currently obsessed with tuff. And we also had to get a lot of different stones, all sorts of stones, not just our regular stone, but we had to get a variety like granite, andesite, all of those sorts. And here we're just starting to unload things and put them away. And this is just the beginning, I'm telling you. There is so many more. Of course, we have to include our deep slate as well, just to add a little bit of variation. Add some for some roofs to look a little bit differently, but not too different. And we need tree stuff too. So I started out with planting some acacia saplings, and then I bone mealed them all because I have a lot of bone meal to use. So I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna use the bone meal. And I had to give y'all a little bit of a satisfying sound of wood chopping. We also used a lot of wool in our builds, specifically light gray wool. It's just a really good detail block to use. And honestly, we just used so many random bits of blocks all throughout this that I had trouble organizing where to put everything. So I just kind of like tried rearranging things by like stone type and everything like that. But again, there's so many resources I ended up gathering that I couldn't perfectly do that. And here I'm just chopping some spruce because I always have to use spruce for almost everything. And dark oak as well. You can't go wrong with the dark oak. This is so magical. The cherry leaf particles are flowing down. And again, after that cute little break with all the pretty particles flowing, I had to refill the chests again and again a second time. And here I was like, I need a better axe. So I decided to combine Silk Touch and Efficiency 4 together on an enchanted books. And then I added my diamond axe and got Efficiency 5, which is super nice. This is nearly the last of what we need for our builds. And I'm so excited to finally get started and actually get some recording in because as you can see based on when this is being uploaded, I have not had time with my big girl job to be able to do anything fun with Minecraft. So yeah, I'm gonna gather the last like few tiny things and then we can honestly get started on building. I'm messing up my controls. Then we can honestly get started on... Oh my gosh.
Narrator, off.
Once I gather the last few things, which really isn't much at all, then we can get started on building our town. Alright, y'all. I'm feeling a little bit stuffed up at the moment, so I apologize if you can hear that. But we have officially gathered everything for this build. Massive build. Plural builds, really. I'm so sorry. My nose is so itchy and my eye is watery right now. So we are going to get building. I think we're going to start with our stable and first house. So let's do a good old-fashioned time-lapse mode. Also, I have a new outfit for like winter. Very cute. Very cute. So really a big goal with all of these houses is I want them to connect to each other with the block palette, but I also want them to stand out and be unique. So first we're starting with a tough base and then a light color at the top. So we have officially made our stables, which means Lettuce has a place to stay now. Where can I lead you though? I guess I'll lead you. I might have to do some parkour to lead you. I'll lead you there. But now that we have this first home completed, which looks amazing by the way, we gotta take care of the interior. And boy, does it need some work. And I gotta gather all the resources. I mean, I have them all in these chests, but I need to actually collect them. That's so I can build our interior and make it look all cute. So I really like this pattern on our crafter because it kind of looks like a stove. I know we're kind of doing more medieval stuff, but I figured just for the sake of this build that this could be like a really cool little concept. Oh, I forgot stairs. We need stairs. It's a long process of getting the perfect painting. Oh, there we go. And then on this part, I want the villager. Yes, like that. Little sunset. And then up here, I want 3 paintings. Matching there. And then let's collect our leaves. I love how whenever you're trying to get the painting you want, you get every painting except for the one. That's the one I want. And then I want to do a bit of a triple bed action because we bougie like that. with a little bedside or bed footing. Oh, it is dark out. Let's go to bed. Let's make a little chair. I think I'm gonna do a door. Or maybe I want to do trapdoors. Gonna make a cute little flower pot thing. Get a little plant. Some bookshelves. I've shared this before, but I want to be fully honest. Not that I'm not honest, but I want to just make y'all aware that I do use Lightmatica. I do use Lightmatica because it makes the process of building, especially when I build things on such a large scale, there's a little hint at some of the other stuff we're building, and it just makes it a lot easier for me to be able to get work done. But essentially what I do is I build everything in a creative copy of this world first, and then what I do is I turn around and I will end up recreating it in survival mode. It just makes it easier for me to be able to get a material list and to know all that I need for building something. So I do use Lightmatica. It just really helps with the process of building. It makes it more effective and more enjoyable for me as well. So yeah, I just wanted to really specify that real quickly. And I just realized I didn't grab a book. I don't have a book. I'm gonna have to go back and get that book now. So it is the weekend. It's a nice rainy day and I got some time to build our second structure because this first one looks so amazing. So we're gonna build our second one right here. I'm not doing an interior for this one yet, but if you have any recommendations, please let me know. But we're gonna build this. For this next house, I decided to just go with a 1-story with some sandy blocks and then a dark roof. I don't really know who lives here, but if you want to come up with some lore or something like that, feel free to. It's just very generic, but honestly, that's okay. Hi, villagers. Or not villagers, pillagers. Hello, pillagers. Yeah. There are a lot of y'all. Y'all are a big group. I'm a porcupine now. Bad Omen 3. Not bad. Here for now, let's put our ominous banner right here. Here lies the pillagers. So I've put water all over the place. And now I'm gonna hoe the crud out of this place. Something that I wanted to start doing in these episodes is just having a little cozy moment where we can just talk for a second and I can maybe ask you to subscribe to the YouTube channel because this building is always better when we have company. So if you would want to subscribe and like the video, that'd be greatly appreciated and just continue to enjoy this little bit where I'm farming. Now we gotta add potatoes. Because what are they gonna eat in this town? Fish and potatoes. They need fish and chips. Honestly, I like that. They eat fish and chips. Oh. Oops. They eat fish and chips in this town. That's what they eat. That's why they gotta have so many potatoes. Now we're just placing our last few potatoes. There we go. Ta-da! And once this grows in, it's gonna look so nice with our whole village. Well, this still doesn't look very much like a village. I mean, we got a couple houses, we got a field, but we don't have enough places for all of our future residents to live. So let's continue building our next 2 builds. So I actually really love how this house ended up turning out. It's really dark on the outside, but on the inside it has a ton of color and plants and flowers, and it's really cute. And then right beside it, I kind of created a bit of like a apartment, so to speak. That's a couple layers, and again, a lot of that tough base, and really just keeping in with the theme, and then using some jungle at the top, and of course a deep slate roof just to finish it all off. Now that we have a few of our buildings in and some farmland in, I'm really tired of having to jump up like this all the time. So we are going to actually create a little bit of an entryway into the village and create some pathing just so we can have a little bit of a better way for us to go. But that's going to take a lot of work, but we got to get started on it. So let's get into it. So I was just, you know, casually using some light Matica to clear up my pathing and everything, and a creeper was inside this house and exploded. A creeper exploded and messed everything up. Very, very sad, because now I have to gather extra stuff to fix this. Very, very depressing indeed. I thought they couldn't see me because of the, the fact that they were inside and outside, but they saw me through the scaffolding. So apparently that was not good enough, so now I gotta fix this house. Ugh! So I really wanted to make this area distinct, and one way I decided to do that is by making a unique pathing blocks palette for it. So as you can see, I used a mix of sand, birch, and then I actually used the inside secret texture of mushroom stems, and I think it looks really great. And here I just added some little retaining rocks just to make it look a little bit better, but I love how it looks overall. And I also like how coastal it looks. The downside of using mushroom blocks for texturing, especially when you use some of their hidden textures, is that you have to actually place stuff in order for those hidden textures to show up. So what I'm going to be doing for the next however long this takes is making those textures disappear. Well, all the pathing for now is in. Oops. For the most part. I mean, there's a few little bits here and there. Like, there's this area that I want to make a garden out of. And then now I have to fix my field because I had to place some down on the side here so it would not show the other outer block color. But overall, we are pretty done with that. And now I just want to first find my hoe so that I can do this. So that's fixed. And before we start adding details like this little garden or adding a little work area like here that I want to add, I want to go ahead and build a couple more buildings for this village because the goal today is to complete half of the village. I don't need to complete the whole village because I think that's honestly doing half a village is probably a little too much for me to do, considering I started this project in August and now it is January. But we have a spot here for a building, a spot here, and a spot here for a well. So we got some work to do, and we're going to just pick right back up and continue this. So I really like how this is looking now that we have some retainer walls, even though that should probably be stone. That should be stone. But I honestly think that the retaining walls really add a lot. It's not like anything crazy, but it just adds that little bit of detail that I think we didn't have before, and I honestly really like that. Just adding a few more tweaks right here just to satisfy how I think it should look. Let's see. Yeah, honestly, I think this looks really great. Which means it is officially time to start building some more houses. And that means another time-lapse mode. Also, I got this cape, which is really cool, but I somehow lost the code. I thought I redeemed it, but apparently I never did. So I installed a mod to get the cape, because I did get the cape. but it disappeared and I didn't redeem it, which I thought I did redeem it, but I guess I didn't. So I'm kind of sad about that, but at least I found a mod that allowed me to have the cape, so it works out. Oh my gosh, y'all, I was just gonna come over here to get like another water bucket. And look, I mean, this is after I've already created a whole stack of block of iron. But look how much, wait, here. There's literally so much iron in here. Like, that's pretty insane. So much iron. Alright, y'all, here is the well. I really love how it looks. So what I did in here is I put concrete at the bottom, black concrete, and then a layer of glass to kind of make it look deeper than it is. Then I used mud and then just transitioned into lighter and lighter stones. And this bat appeared. So he's just hanging out here now. Now I gotta build the other buildings. So for this final house, I really wanted to just make it spaces for villagers to live. So I kept it pretty simple. I made it a diagonal for fun. And I just used a lot of the tough colors. Honestly, it's pretty simple, but I like how it turned out. Alright, y'all. Another house is done. And I don't have really much for the interior, but I did add beds so that villagers can populate and everything. And yeah, I think it looks pretty cute. I like that's a diagonal. That's fun. But that really means that for today's video, all we have left is to create a church, which is going to be here, and to also add details like the little garden. There's going to be a couple custom trees, like 2 or 3 or something like that. Adding custom foliage in here, and making our entrance to the village. That's really it that will be left after we finish this house. So again, I know it's another one, but we're doing another time-lapse mode. I'm honestly obsessed with how the church turned out. I love that it's old and very stone-based, and I love the stained glass as well. This is probably one of my favorite builds of all of the ones in this town. So at this point, we have our church complete, except for the interior. So we gotta add some lighting. So I wanna kind of do some spruce fencing. I think I wanna start up over here. I don't know if I want it on the inner or outer. Let's start with the outer, and let's get ourselves our very first lantern. And then what I want to do is I just want to include little spruce fences all throughout to kind of just add some lighting. I kind of am thinking like I use the candles. I got some yellow candles and I want to put them on top like this. And then of course I gotta get a flint and steel, but we will light them up as well. At this point I decided to just finish up the interior of the church with some potted plants, because who doesn't love some little plants in bushes? Because I think they look great, so I put them in all my builds. And I also went ahead and decided to just make them really bushy. And then I added some extra lighting with our chain and our lantern. And then here I'm just adding in some pews so that people can sit in the church. But I accidentally put them in the wrong place. And so I fixed that real quickly, like so. And honestly, the interior is almost done. I'm just putting in a lot of last minute details. I also put in some carpet just to make it look a little bit more friendly and warm. And the last thing I did after that is I just added in a little desk space for maybe the pastor that works there to be able to study whatever they're studying and things like that, and to just have a little space to work. So I actually had to uninstall and reinstall Minecraft. So I don't know what these guys are doing, floating in the water like idiots. But as I kill these guys, My Minecraft wasn't working properly. It wouldn't even let me log into things. So I actually ended up uninstalling Minecraft completely and reinstalling it. And because of that, a lot of my settings are kind of janky now. Like, they're not quite how they're supposed to be. Which is really unfortunate, but I've already fixed a few of them. I just can't remember all of them that I had fixed. But we gotta finish this interior. And we gotta add details, because we have some custom trees I want to add. I also want to add in some garden spaces and some little leafy bits and things like that. So we're just gonna spend some time finishing all the details and also adding our little entryway and our like little barrier wall as well. That's what's next in play, so we're gonna do that to end off this episode. Alright, my friends, we are finally complete with the first half of the town of Merlite, a cute little coastal village, and I am very, very happy. I figured I would show y'all a little bit of the space with some shaders, but here we have our stable with lettuce in it and a couple of llamas. And then here we have our stable head, the person that's in charge. It's a little dark with the shaders inside, so I'll take them off. But this is the first interior that I actually fully decided to do. It glitches out a little bit, but it's okay. It still looks pretty cool. But we got the simple interior. And then if we were to go over here to the second house, there is really no interior except for a couple beds, but that's okay. If you have any suggestions for what we can do, just let me know. We have back streets like this with some lovely custom trees. Here's a little work area that connects to this home with some beds. Again, not much on the interiors, but I mainly just wanted to get the exteriors done to like just make a cute little village available, because I haven't built a village before. So here we have a cute little garden, a little community garden. I love how it looks. And then here we have Teresa's Blooming Finds, open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And in here we just have a ton of floral bits. And then if you were to go upstairs, it's a very overflowing with nature type of pretty bedroom with a little study nook and everything. I really love how it turned out. I had so much fun with this interior. And then if we can continue this way, it's just another way to access this village house I already showed. But yeah, this is Teresa's little community garden for her to be able to collect things. And then if we were to go to this section of town, here we have, I guess, some apartments is what I consider them, and there's 2 floors. Pretty simple, just enough to get some more villagers wandering around. And then we have a community well, which is super fun. I did a bit of a gradient, kind of going from concrete to mud. And I used some black glass as well. pretty fun. I'm gonna turn shaders back on just for the fun of it. Actually, the lighting's kind of bad right now, so I'm gonna turn it off again. Here we have a chapel, which I absolutely adore how it looks with the stained glass and everything. I think it looks super cool. Honestly, one of my favorite interiors of all of these. And I mean, it doesn't really lead anywhere yet. We still got a lot to build, but that obviously is gonna have to wait for another episode. But I'm very happy with how this has turned out, and we got a nice big old field of potatoes as well. I'm just really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really great. I love that there's like a notice board. It just looks so nice. I still gotta remove stuff. I still have so much stuff left over. But it looks honestly amazing. I'm very happy with how it's turned out so far. And I can't wait to continue building it. But I'm probably not going to finish building it for a while just because I'm busy with work. As you can see, I haven't uploaded in like forever. But yeah, with that being said, that's all I have for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not subscribed already. And leave a comment on your thoughts or anything you want to suggest. Anything at all, 'cause I will be more than welcome to listen to those and talk about them. And just know Jesus loves you. Bye, guys.